My name's Adolfho Romero, and today I'm here with Mr.
Vasilios Kosmakos.
And we're here on behalf of the Samuel Proctor Oral History Program. Today is February 4, 2022.
So we're here to discuss the Florida Naturalist Project.
And today we have a very special person today here to discuss a little bit about how this collection got started and what it means to the University of Florida and where do we see this collection growing. So to begin, Vasilios, can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump in?
Yeah, so my name is Vasilios Kosmakos. I'm 22 years old. I'm currently a senior at the University of Florida. I'm actually graduating in about 2 months. And the thing that's beautiful about this project, I think, the thing that makes this project rather unique is that it's interdisciplinary. Right, like I kind of told you, every single thing fits one another. Right, with this project, we're not only interviewing scientists about red tide. Right, we're interviewing biologists, archaeologists, activists, politicians, artists, musicians, and everybody else in between, because water affects everybody, and that's the thing we need to understand here.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about some of the interviews? How many interviews have you already conducted, and what have you found in those interviews? What content?
So we've conducted about 15 interviews over the course of since about August. Right, we've gotten over $5,000 in funding for this project in one way or another through the House School Award. We got $3,750 in funding. The Samuel Proctor Oral History Program has been generous enough to fund some field work expeditions like the ones we've been doing now. And we've interviewed a lot of different people. Right, we've interviewed Ken Vliet, right, who's a world-renowned alligator specialist. We've interviewed my best friend Eugene Rooney, right, who was a building inspector, right, but who grew up in Treasure Island. Who grew up in St. Petersburg and had a really foundational connection to the land. We've interviewed we've interviewed professors that are experts in historical ecology, like Thomas Wilmore, and algae blooms, and the effects of the BP oil spill, like Peter Schwing. We've interviewed archaeologists like Jay Harmon, and so we really kind of touch upon a lot of different amazing people.
All right, and what are your hopes to do with this project? What do you hope to do with it?
I really hope to use this project, right, not only to use it as a means to help us understand, what makes our nature in Florida so special, right, but as a means to help us, but as a way to kind of break this complex problem down in the most simplest parts, and really help people understand how everything connects with one another, right? That we shouldn't just view it through our own selfish means. We need to understand that if you're an artist, right, or if you're a business person, if you're a billionaire, or if you're a homeless person, right, this affects you. Water is life. It's as simple as that. Right, so I hope to kind of use this as to create a story about Florida water systems, to make this idea approachable to everybody, and most importantly to enact the change that I know we can make. Right, we need to use it. I want to use this project to help to influence policy decisions in our Florida legislature, and hopefully nationally, because it's like what we do in Florida affects the entire country. I mean, it's like Florida is one of the biggest tourism sites in the entire country. Right, it's like, and the thing about nature is that nature doesn't have any borders. What we do in our Gulf is going to affect Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi. Right, what we do in our Florida Keys is going to affect Cuba, South America, and Mexico. Right, so it's like so the degradation of our water systems has international implications. So we need to care about it. We need to fight things at the local level, because that's how you make change. Right, like if you want to change something, start at home, because that is tangible. That's direct. When you pick up a piece of trash, right, or when you see a clean river, right, you can see that, you literally can taste that, right? You're that affects human health, right? Things, the people in these communities are becoming healthier or becoming sicker as a result of how clean that water is, right? And like I said, in these impacts, right, butterfly, right, and it can affect the entire globe. So that's what I really think I want people to get out of this project.
All right. During the interviews, what are some of the things that you have learned personally, like that you did not know back then before beginning this project?
A lot of the science, really. I mean, for example, I really didn't understand, the current systems, right? So that's probably the most surprising thing I've learned rather recently. How our water is, right, and how this nutrient overload, right, that gets sent out to the Gulf, right, that gets sent on in South Florida from Okeechobee, right, gets sent up all the way up the west coast of Florida into the Tampa Bay, right, and potentially causes these big algae blooms. I'm also learning a lot about the different kind of ecosystems of Florida. I didn't know that Florida has over 8,000 different unique ecosystem natural lakes. I didn't understand how unique these ecosystems were, right? How each lake is radically different, how we have such a wide variety of lakes, from eutrophic to oligotrophic, right? How really interconnected all these different things are. like I said, this project is so incredible because it allows us to put all these pieces of the puzzle together, right? And allows us to understand this entire issue from a holistic perspective. And that's not only important to understand, from a natural point of view, right? Because we have to understand how geology affects biology and vice versa, right? But also, from a sociological point of view, right? That we're putting these chemicals in our water and we're getting people sick because of that. And that's the thing we need to understand, right? It's like, so it has a direct impact on human health, it has a direct impact on our economy, right? And I'm really trying to understand how profound these impacts are, on the people of our state.
All right, Vasilios, that will conclude our interview for today. Thank you very much for this.
Cool.